Thank you very, very much, please. This is Radio Biafra, wherever you are. It is at this time that I would have brought in our national coordinator to speak, because I have come here to Dublin as a zone. It is when we finish our introduction, he will then come in and speak. That is how we do things, by protocol. The person hosting us today here are the people of the Dublin zone. We must get this very clear. We must follow very clear lines and very good order. That is how we do Radio Biafra. Must make it very, very clear that is how we operate. But he has spoken in the midst of other people speaking. Azayoba will speak last because he should have welcomed everybody here. That's how we do things. Not speak when others are speaking, because he remains our coordinator in the whole of Ireland. He should have welcomed everybody. That is for tomorrow and going forward. That is how it's going to be. We introduce ourselves, and Isaiah will speak last, being the overall coordinator of Ireland, to welcome each and every one of us before we kick off the Dublin program. That is how it should be done. We welcome you once again, wherever you are. The barrister is with me, and I say that Carol Monde is also with us. Carol Monde, can you hear me?
Yes, I'm here, Director. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear. Please acknowledge our people.
Yes, welcome to Biafrans worldwide, as we say. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world, and a special good evening to Dublin and everybody in Ireland. It's very nice to hear everybody in Ireland. They're welcoming tonight. Back to you for now, Director.
Thank you very much. Carol Monde will stay with us. She will remain with us throughout the duration of the program. She has some things she might be able to raise, and I will clarify those things. I will make the announcements myself. I will make them. It's important that I do. This is Radio Biafra. Once again, we are going to go on to bring our headlines and accompanying news summary. Things are happening where we come from, and we are reporting that it's been extreme confusion and disorder as violence spreads in Onitsha. Extreme confusion and disorder in Onitsha as violence spreads. We are also reporting that Nigeria will break if not allowed to contest. If Jonathan is denied the opportunity to contest, according to Ezife, the former governor of Anambra State, Nigeria will break. We are also reporting that the father of all evil, Obasanjo, urges religious leaders to pray for Nigeria because of what we are doing. Because of us, they are going into prayer. Today we'll ask those religious leaders to pray that Obasanjo will cough out all the money he has stolen. That will be a very good start. Not just praying for Nigeria. Pray for the criminal to bring out the loot. We are also reporting today that they have released 165 Boko Haram terrorists, while Charles Oka remains incarcerated. That is an injustice we are bringing to the doorstep of Goodluck Jonathan, to release Charles Oka and to also work for Henry Oka to be released. That's what we are saying. Boko Haram terrorists are being released. Those that go and maim and kill for nothing, for religion. They are not freedom fighters. Charles and Henry Oka are freedom fighters and should be released. Nigeria was born deformed 100 years ago and has died long before now, says a Yoruba man called Bakari. So it's not just Radio Biafra saying this, but so also our Yorubas as well. Boko Haram terrorist car bomb kills 19 in Borno. Kills 19 people in Borno. We thought it was 17. Now it has gone on to 19. How Jonathan hated the Yoruba like the parasite that they are. This is this talkative. I don't want to read his news. He's a talkative. He's a kiss and tell. He's a coward. You know what a kiss and tell is? A man without honor. Akwana shawo. That's what he does. You sleep with somebody, you go and tell the whole world so they will bribe you to shut up. And he's supposed to be a former aviation minister. Anyway, that's what you get when you dabble with Yoruba men. That's what will happen to you. That's a lesson for our women to learn. And now the news in detail. There is confusion and chaos in the commercial city of Onitsha, Anambra State, where some youths have gone on rampage in reaction to the alleged killing of a traffic personnel by occupants of an articulated vehicle. Put in very simple English, Hausa Fulani people came to Onitsha and killed a Biafran. They said he was a traffic marshal. This is another MASOP member dead. Traffic marshal. Not freedom fighting, it is now trafficking. To control traffic. We'll continue to read this news. The part of Onitsha affected by this violence is the upper Iweka head bridge axis. Reports had it that the traffic personnel of the Anambra State Transport Agency had jumped into the articulated vehicle at Ihiala, 65 kilometers away, to check it. But the driver had zoomed off with him. They were, however, stopped at Onitsha head bridge, where the traffic officer was alleged to have been found dead in the vehicle. In another part of the city, traders at the Mbuka market blocked the Onitsha-Owerri expressway to protest the alleged high-handedness of their leaders. They said their market had not been opened since they returned from the Christmas break. MASOP stopping Mbuka market from opening. One of them jumping into a vehicle at Ihiala, and the Hausas knifed him to death. Came to Onitsha and dumped him at the head bridge. The reason why I am against all these useless, foolish, so-called traffic marshals
is that was how Longines Ojako died. These same imbeciles, these same bastards, groomed by foolish, hopeless politicians, are on the roads chasing vehicles. They were chasing a Hausa man again, driving an articulated lorry.
And the idiot lost control and fell on top of Longines Ojako, our leader in this struggle, a man who is fearless, the man who single-handedly drove away Bakassi from Aba, the man who made it possible that Owazirike cannot visit Aba. If he goes there, they will kill him. Because he's a fraud and a criminal. A Hausa man killed him. Why? Idiots at Umueka Junction. We are chasing articulated lorry. The same thing has happened. Now the idiot has paid with his life. This is Radio Biafra. We don't condone stupidity. If you want to die, die for something meaningful. Not chasing a big lorry to jump in for peanuts. What are you checking? What are you checking for in a lorry? What are you looking for in a lorry? That is how stupid we have become. Anambra State Transport Association. What utter rubbish is that? The fools that sent them, they are in their homes dining with the Nigerian government. But the idiot is dead. Is it because we are Radio Biafra we condone every manner of stupidity?
You saw a lorry moving. What are you jumping into the lorry for? To do what, for goodness sake? What are you jumping in there for? Now they've killed him.
In his next life, if he sees a lorry, he will run away. They were sent to go and do God's work, go and get Biafra. They have dabbled into criminality. They have barricaded Mbuka market. That is how daft people are. Sometimes every day as I do this program, I get very worried. I get worried. I don't know what has become of our people. I don't know where our brain cells have gone to. What are you chasing a lorry for? Since when did we start having Aburo in our place? Since when? Since they shut down all the industries. Criminals they are, all of them. They are criminals. We are reporting today that Ezife has spoken again. The former governor of Anambra State, Dr. Chukwuemeka Ezife, has declared that Nigeria may break up if President Goodluck Jonathan was disallowed from running for a second term in office. Ezife, who stated this in an interview with a newspaper in Abuja, said, at this juncture in Nigerian history, President Jonathan's interest in a second term and Nigeria's interest in the continued existence of the zoo have become contentious. He also insisted that those opposed to President Jonathan convening of a national conference were also opposed to Nigeria's continued existence as a united country. And we agree with him completely. Maybe for once we agree with him. Former President Olusegun Obasanjo has yesterday urged religious organizations, particularly the Christian faithful, to fervently pray and fast for Nigeria as the country inches closer to 2015 general elections. Obasanjo knows what we know. Obasanjo knows that the zoo will start burning from this year, and that fire will consume it in its entirety by next year. He knows that. He's asking for prayer and fasting. Obasanjo, who single-handedly, within 13 days, 2 weeks to the expiration of his presidency, stole nearly 900 billion. 900 billion. He's asking for prayer to be as one. And do you think God will listen to them? He doesn't listen to such foolish prayers. Never. Chief Obasanjo spoke when the national president of the Pentecostal Federation of Nigeria, Reverend Felix Omobude, is always Yoruba people. Always Yoruba. Pentecostal, the head of Pentecostal, head of Anglican, head of Catholic. Hausas are killing us. Yorubas on one side sucking our blood because we can't reason properly. Myself included. I don't exclude anybody in this. I don't exclude anyone. If you are attending a Yoruba church, you should be ashamed of yourself. Anybody attending a Pentecostal church with a Yoruba pastor is an idiot, a complete fool, an imbecile. I have no time for them. They are worse than Boko Haram. They are very, very foolish. If your pastor is Yoruba, you are not fit to be a human being. Obasanjo, who stole your money, killed your children, is asking for prayer so that Nigeria will be one. Headed by Yoruba people, building universities with private jets, and we are still running around, claiming that Jesus is listening to us. We are deceiving ourselves. In recent years, the Nigerian government has been accused of indiscriminate arrests, harassment and prosecution, that many innocent citizens had been killed while others have been starved, poisoned, brutalized and dehumanized in prisons. On Friday, January the 10th, 2014, however, a newspaper reported that President Goodluck Jonathan ordered the release of 165 terror suspects. The Punch newspaper reported it. 165. They were released from jail. When scores is unbelievable. Unbelievable. A similar directive was given in May 2013 when scores of women and children were released. According to the Director of Defense Information, Major General Chris Olukolade, these and other similar moves are meant to enhance peace efforts in the country. They are releasing Boko Haram suspects to bring peace. Well, how about Henry and Charles Oka? I'm asking Jonathan direct. How about Henry and Charles Oka? What is Ibori still doing in prison in England?
Did Ibori steal more than any other person? Did Ibori steal more than Buhari? Did Ibori steal more than Fashola, more than Tinubu? Did Ibori steal more than Omar Diko? Britain did not jail Omar Diko, but they jailed Ibori because we are docile, because we don't fight, because we don't kill them.
Boko Haram are killing you. They are releasing them, giving them money. Charles and Henry Oka are in prison because they are Biafrans. We told them Ibori is in prison. Only him, a serving politician, jailed for corruption. How about the rest? We are asking Britain and England. How about those that come to you, that dine and drink tea with you at Downing Street? How much money do they have in Swiss bank accounts? But Ibori is a soft target. EFCC was meant for Ibori. They were going against Stella until we said no to that. Now they understand the meaning of media. We are telling Jonathan again, Ibori should be released. Henry Oka should be released. Charles also should be released.
You release killers of women and children. Killers of women and children. Bola Ahmed Tinubu has been bribing BBC, not to talk about Biafra. He employs them to work for him. How come Britain has not investigated BBC controller of Radio 1234 that is now working for Tinubu? Where did Tinubu get money from to go and be buying up TV stations? From where? I'm asking Britain.
Yet Ibori is in prison. Ibori must be released to serve out the remainder of his sentence in the zoo. We are continuing to present today that the General Overseer of Nigeria Lettering Assembly, Pastor Tunde, back another Yoruba man, Pastor, and later the General Overseer. That's where your money goes to. They take 6 billion from Igbo land every week to Ibadan and Lagos to go and give their children very beautiful education. You send money to your grandparents, to your father at home, he will go to Yoruba church and give it to them. And they take it to Lagos, they take it to Ibadan to be living large. And they can buy newspaper columns to talk rubbish about their hopeless prediction. But at least now he got it right. He's saying that Nigeria was born deformed 100 years ago. The zoo was born inhabited by animals, and it has died long time ago as well. You've forgotten about Maitasine. Do any of you here, some of you look very young, do you know Maitasine? Did you hear about Maitasine?
They are the forebearers of Boko Haram. It's not today they started killing you.
Have you heard of the Hisba police in the north? I feel sorry for our people. After a long lull, Maiduguri, the Borno state capital, was in turmoil as a car bomb killed 19 people and injured 40, according to witnesses. But it was not immediately clear who was responsible for the explosion which destroyed cars and caused panic in the city. The bomb, planted in a 3-wheel rickshaw taxi, exploded outside the state television offices at around 1:30 p.m. Witnesses told Reuters. My men counted 17 dead at 2 p.m. and they are still counting. I have instructed my men to go to the University of Maiduguri Teaching Hospital and state specialist hospitals to verify if there are others, said Borno State Police Commissioner Lawan Tanko. That's his name. President Goodluck Jonathan, I don't read news from this idiot, this Fanny Kayode. He doesn't talk sense. He gossips. I don't like men that gossip. You can't read his news. This is Radio Biafra. The barrister must join me, please. You must join me, Barrister Mezu. We are coming to you from Dublin on this very day. Is it the 15th? No, it's the 15th day. That's correct. The 15th day of January in the year of our Lord 2014. Our people are here. We are not crestfallen. We are going ahead to bring Biafra. That is why we exist. That's why we are here. We are not going to go away, you see, until Biafra comes. Then some of us will retire. Biafra is what we are here for. We are not playing games. You know, we allowed all the criminals and fraudsters to come and go. All the false prophets, and then we came. After us, there will be Biafra. You will see Biafra in your lifetime. And you know Biafra in our lifetime. You will see it. And then you will tell your children about us. You will tell them very marvelous stories about us. You know we are good at Akukifo under the tree. In time to come, we will be remembered because we are going to get our freedom for our people. If there is something more precious than life, I will give it in pursuit of this very noble cause. The barrister is with me. Barrister Mezu, you have heard our presentation and you will try to make sense of it where there isn't any, because in most of them, I am struggling to make sense of it.
Why Obasanjo the baboon himself will be telling us to go and pray and fast for one Nigeria when this man has consumed billions belonging to people, trillions as the case may be. They are asking us to remain in one Nigeria when they are there killing us. Henry and Charles Oka are still in prison when Boko Haram terrorists, killers of women and children, have been released. Please go ahead.
Thank you, Director. Thank you for the news. Yes, Obasanjo asking all the religious people and all the Christians to pray for them so that Nigeria will be together. Unfortunately for him, and these are one of the reasons why our people have been deceived, Director. They are taking your money. In Jesus' name. That's all we have. For the past 100 years, we've been hearing in Jesus' name, nothing is happening. The zoo has sunk to the level at the here. After sinking, it expired. As we talk, there is no jurisdiction in the zoo. It's an empty country that has no legal entity. All of you listening should know this. The zoo does not exist. Anybody going out there for any court action, you can sue the zoo because they are illegal as we talk. They don't exist. They have no power to exist. The link.
Barrister, is there anybody planning to go to take Nigeria to court?
Director, I'm just saying, as you know me, when I say things, it will happen.
Okay, of course.
Know.
If they do, then they must be foolish, because they're expired.
Yeah,
go ahead.
I'm advising, if anyone is planning, there is no jurisdiction, there is no link, there is no authority. Obasanjo is asking them to go and pray. He should bring all the money he stole. Prayer. We need action, no more prayer. Share the money among those who are bereaved, those who are being killed by Boko Haram. Director, this one will take me straight to the Boko Haram killing 19 people today. 2 days ago, Burkina Faso released 165 and compensated them. You see, sometimes I query myself, why and what is Burkina Faso doing? Here on Radio Biafra, if you do wrong, we'll criticize you. If you do right, we'll hail you. What on earth is Burkina Faso thinking, releasing 165 Boko Haram when they are still killing Biafrans? I don't know. I ask again, is Goodluck Jonathan a Biafran or is he a Northerner? Fulani, I need to find out this. Because Goodluck Jonathan is not doing something like somebody who is righteous, who is clean, who is up to the task. Your brothers have been locked up. You're talking about Henry and Charles Walker. What about the Mafia members who have been locked up just for the simple fact they are carrying Biafran flags? That is the reason why they are locked. Majority killed in a zoo river, dumped into the river. They have not been accounted for. There has not been any justice for them. And Boko Haram are still killing. Goodluck Jonathan is releasing. He makes a mockery of my defense to him, to be honest. I am beginning to wonder if Goodluck Jonathan at all knows what he's doing. And if he does, why is he releasing Boko Haram when there has not been any righteous approach to their wickedness? And he's releasing them. And they are still killing. So what is the justification of what he's doing? It does not make sense to me, and it does not make sense here on Radio Biafra. Goodluck Jonathan should be very careful, because if he carries on like this, we will turn against him, and then he will know very much that the Hausas and the Yorubas do not like him. Because what he's doing is not pleasing us at all. Me in particular, who will always come to his defense, thinking that he has a reason, because of course, when a man does something, find out what exactly he's thinking about. For him to be releasing Boko Haram, to pursuing them, and Boko Haram is still killing people in any society, any just society will not tolerate this. Goodluck Jonathan, I understand theology, but this is common sense. You don't need to read psychology to know that what he has done here is illegal. You are releasing those who are killing your people if you are not a Biafran. And they are still doing the same. You're giving them money. So the Northerners don't kill you. Jonathan, let me repeat again. As far as you are not a Hausa Fulani Boko Haram, they will kill you. they see you as an infidel. Somebody who is not circumcised will see you as an infidel. So if you're trying to please them by displeasing your people, you are making a grave mistake. Take that note. I will not repeat this again. You are releasing Boko Haram and they are killing your people.
Not just that, Barrister, my concern remains Charles and Henry Oka. Why are they still in prison? Can anybody tell me the justification for having Ibori in prison in London? How many Yoruba looters have been imprisoned by Britain?
How many Hausa Fulani people are in prison in Britain for looting? Why is Henry and Charles Oka in detention when Boko Haram people are being released? No one can answer that question.
No one can answer it.
The only answer to the director is Goodluck Jonathan is trying to show the Hausa Fulani Yoruba Boko Haram that he can show them that he loves them and he can dance to their tone. That is the only answer to this. If he keeps his people behind bars and releasing Hausa Fulani Boko Haram currently, and continuously killing your people, I cannot give any answer and it's upsetting the better. Goodluck Jonathan should redress and rethink what he's doing if he's justified in his actions. Director, let me stop so far. Let me repeat before I give up, Director, for now. Our people should stop any question. How are we getting Biafra? How are we going to do this? We have passed that level. Either you support Biafra or you don't. And if you don't ask questions. If you do, support what your brothers and sisters are doing. No more questions. How do we do this? Convince me. So we don't need you. You don't need to be convinced. If you are not a Biafra, you must be outside Fulani Boko Haram. We don't need to convince anybody here on Radio Biafra. This particular form is for those who believe that Biafra should have the freedom. It's for those who believe that we are slaves in foreign lands and we need to go home. All of you out there listening, after talking, I see somebody who wants to speak Igbo. We are not here for speaking Igbo. We are here to speak international grammar, which is English. When we get home, everybody will speak their own dialect. We are not here. We are not playing jokes. Yesterday, a guy phoned and asked the director to translate. And what the director translated was exactly what he spoke about. So what stops you speaking grammar? Speak pidgin English. We will not entertain any other derailing in this radio station. No further question, no further mockery. Our people are dying. We are serious here and we want to take actions. Thank you, Director.
Thank you. You're a good man. That was the voice of the very eminent barrister and attorney at law, Barrister Mammezu. I shall go to Carol Monday. Carol, can you hear me?
Yes, Director.
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, loud and clear, please. Loud and very, very clear. What do you have to say? Please go ahead.
Yes. They asking you to pray for God. Obasanjo is asking you to pray for God. 100 years ago, Lugard came there and he took away your identity. They don't seem to understand that 100 years later they've taken away your name, they've taken away everything from you, they've made you enslaved, and now they want to take away your God. And the man is asking you to pray to God, and yet you've allowed Islam so far into Nigeria now with Islam rule. Lugard put the North in rule. They played with the Senate seats so that the minority could rule the majority. They did that to you and they enslaved you in that. And now they're asking you to pray for God, and yet on one hand they're asking you to pray for God, and on the other hand they're asking you to give up your God. Biafrans worldwide won't take it. They will not lose their God. They've been enslaved for 100 years, but you're not going to take their God away from them as well. We've been warning so long. We have warned and warned and warned. Ever since I've been with Radio Biafra, we have warned. It will become chaos down there if it is not stopped. The Hausas are kill somebody. What happened in Indonesia, I gather that a Hausa did kill a gentleman in Indonesia, and it sparked it off. And there is more cases. It's going on now as we speak. There is still trouble in Indonesia. There's still killings going on in Indonesia. Because what do you want the youth to do? Do you want the youth just to sit there and say, yes, come Hausa, come kill us? They're not going to do that. They're going to react and they're going to say no. If you're going to take one of ours, we want to take 5 of yours. And that's what they're doing, and that's what it's becoming down there. Masop is a joke. I don't want to hear the name Masop. Masop went to the market traders and told them at the beginning of the year, they went to the market traders in Anambra and said to them, you will join with us or there'll be no market. What do you want these people to do? What do you want to take their livelihoods away from them as well? It is absolute chaos. When you hear the news and you're hearing all these things, like the man said, Nigeria was born and deformed 100 years ago and has died long before. I agree with him. What do you want the people to do now? You want them to give up God now? You want them to become all Islamic? That's what they're doing. They're making everybody Islamic. They're releasing the terrorists from jail and keeping people there that don't really need to belong there. It is dangerous. It is dangerous. Biafrans worldwide have come together. The Biafran people have come together to change that. Not those that have got who are getting loads of money out of it, because there's people that are lining their pockets from everything that's going down on there. Because while you're down there being enslaved in chaos, someone's earning. And they don't care about being Islamic. All of these people, there's people down there earning money out of it. We need to get the Biafrans out of dangerous areas quickly. I know everybody's warned it since 2009. Get out of there. It is imploding by itself. Nigeria is finished. It is disintegrating. As the barrister said, the British barrister, no less, Barrister Mamazu, he just said it. Nigeria is illegal. It doesn't actually exist. So you heard it from the mouth of a British barrister. It doesn't exist. So what do you want? It's nothing. Everybody knows it's not existing except for the people down there. And this is why we are trying to help. America, they're not saying it out loud, but they're preparing for it. In 2005, they announced that they knew that Nigeria would break by 2015. They said it themselves. America said Nigeria will break by 2015. AFRICOM has prepared itself for the fallout because they know that Nigeria is falling apart. In December 2013, they set up a 3-year program to support Africa. What they're doing is they are already setting up a 3-year program, December 2013, a 3-year program to help support the fallout in Nigeria because it is broken, it's finished, it's gone. The world is preparing itself. Biafrans, they're all coming in now. I'm glad to say we've got the zonal coordinators, and it's fantastic because more people are coming up, more zones are coming up, and it's getting a much bigger job. I mean, myself, Ikinyago, a director, everybody that's involved in this will tell you their work has gone through the roof. We sleep. We don't sleep anymore because we know that we've got very little time to do this, and everybody must keep coming up underneath that. We must support Biafra out of it because Nigeria is finished, and the news today, everything on that news shows you that. It clarifies every single piece of that. Back to you, Director.
Thank you very much for that. Well spoken. That's Carol Monday, who is a volunteer. She's not being paid, and she's not born a Biafran. She's not even married to a Biafran, but she's fighting for the liberation, for the freedom, for the dignity of our people. Why not us?